What's up, y'all? I'm your host, Lil T, and it's Christmas time. Something, Mariah Carey, wada yada yada yada. Don't expect any festive cheer here. Let me break this down for you. Literally everyone I know is busy. Andrew's off with his family to Ireland. Jacob and Olivia are playing lovebirds on a Holloway getaway, and Miss Olive's tracking them like a hawk. Aiden's got his hands full with a bake sale for his mom's work. Melvin Murphy is off on some Secret Santa mission. And Mackenzie... well... yeah. The one time of year you want to be surrounded by friends and family, I'm here, alone, playing solo at Ken and Lynn's house. Could this Christmas get any more depressing? Alright, Tyson. No people, no problem. We can figure this out, right? You know, who needs a crowd when you've got a ton of Christmas spirit and creativity? Yeah. Let's see. We could make a better Christmas. Yeah, we can make the perfect Christmas. That sounds good enough. Well, cue the montage music. Step 1, complete. Now for step 2. Okay. Right there. Uh-oh. Ah! Hello? Tyson? Are you okay?
I don't know any British people.
Ah! Who the flip-flop are you? And what are you doing in Ken and Lynn's house? I will have you know that I am a very skilled player at Smash Bros. For 3DS, and I will knock your teeth out with Diddy Kong. Oh, it's you. Yeah, it is. The ghost of most wanted games. So what are you doing here? And what? Why am I red? Where are my legs? You got some serious explaining to do, mister. This is only our second interaction. You didn't even buy me dinner first. Frankly, you are not my type. And if you could just calm down. Now I'll explain why I'm here at Ben and Smith's house. Let's just say I was doing my annual rounds, checking up on previous clients during the festive season, kind of like a game-granting Santa Claus. And, well, you were the last person on my list. Then I got here and saw you were, like, presumably dead, so I was just gonna wait here until you woke up. And the lack of legs? Like I said, thought you might be dead, so I made you a ghost anyway. Well, I'm clearly alive! Blimey, I've got to go cancel those funeral arrangements. So you decided to keep the Christmas sweater, but not my legs? Hey, you chose to wear that. You gotta deal with the consequences. So I'm a ghost now. Huh. This must be what you feel like. Hey, can we go, like, possess people or something? Well, excuse you! That is an offensive stereotype. We don't actually do that. Aw. So how else will people know that I'm a spirit? That is a culturally outdated name. We much prefer the term ectoplasmics. Anything's better than that P word. The P word? What P word? Poltergeist. Jeez, that sounds bad. I'll never forget what happened to poor Gizmondo. So what's the plan? Want my friends? Scare some sense into them for ditching me? No, Tyson. We're going to do something far more interesting. We're going to go on a little bit of a Christmas journey throughout time, starting with your house. Your actual house. My house? Well, why my house?
Because, my little lad, sometimes to be okay with the present, we have to revisit the past. Maybe it'll help you see things in a new light.
Oh! Is now a bad time to mention I don't like time travel?
I really miss this place. You know, you've got a lot of movement for a little guy.
Okay, I think now I'm safe. My traps have been laid out and I'm prepared for those elderly criminals. And now I live with them. It's pretty nuts.
The past shapes us in many ways. Speaking of which, while this bloke takes a nap, follow me.
Do I have the choice? Nope. Aw.
Alright, so, what's up? Oh, just relax. I'd say have a seat on your brand new couch, but you cannot really do that. I'm going to get your Christmas spirit back the only way you will respond to. A choreographed musical dance number? No, it's a... Wait, what? No, through video games. Oh. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Home Alone was one of the biggest Christmas films when it was released, launching child actor Macaulay Culkin into superstardom. To this day, it is still a widely popular film that every child has tried to create at least once. So like every big film in the 90s, it was turned into a video game. Several actually, but the one we'll be glancing over today is the Super Nintendo version. You could just call it the SNES. And you could have been more careful over that balcony, and yet, here we are. Isn't Home Alone on the SNES like a really, really bad game? Well, it's certainly a unique experience. So it's bad. Just let me explain for a bit. In Home Alone for the Super Nintendo, the SNES. Anyway, so you are a stubby, short, no-height blonde kid who is trying to keep his house safe from people who he thinks are trying to hurt him. But enough about you and Last Christmas. Let's actually talk about the game. In the game, you play as Kevin. Your goal is to find these collectibles scattered around your house to prevent the wet bandits and their oddly generic gangsta mob boss associates from stealing them. Who's this dude? That's not Joe Pesci. Kinda seems like they threw in a bunch of generic enemies to fill out the level design. Precisely. The house is filled with valuables like candlesticks and emerald rings. You have to collect them and drop them off down these chutes into the basement safe. And these things are hidden in the most unlikely places, including toilets, where Kevin finds an entire pizza. Let's talk a wee bit about the controls and platforming. They're a bit of a sticky wicket, somewhat clunky and often frustrating. The direction of the game is as clear as pea soup, leading to players getting lost in the first level, or even worse, getting game over after game over. And that's the rub. Every time you lose, you're treated to a spectacle of a shirtless Macaulay Culkin screaming, in what can only be described as the most dog water quality imaginable. Okay, but the game, doesn't even explain why Kevin's home alone. They don't even explain who he is to the player. You're just some kid. It only explains why Marv and Harry are there, who are apparently affiliated with some gang in this version, which makes absolutely no sense. This game is expecting you to have watched the original movie to know what the plot is. However, there was no gang affiliation in the original. They were just two guys who robbed houses. Not to mention that creepy game over screen. It looks like Kevin's eyes are gonna turn red and try to grab me through the TV like it's a cliche 2013 creepypasta. And also, why not just use the image from the box and all the marketing material of Kevin screaming? Why take it from the shaving scene? It's certainly a bizarre choice. And where are the traps? At no point does Kevin set up any traps. That's the most enjoyable part of the movie. It's been parodied to death.
Tyson? Hello?
You were saying?
And while Kevin is armed with a water gun, its effectiveness is pretty questionable. I genuinely don't think you even use the gun for anything. Quite right, quite right. Now let's gab about the graphics, shall we? They're a bit of a curate's egg, a mixed bag if you will. The sprite work is not half bad, but sometimes they've gone and mixed in compressed images from the film right alongside the sprites, which looks rather peculiar, to say the least.
Oh, 1 second, hang on. Hello, Miss Olive. Yes, did you know that your precious daughter Olivia is out with a boy right now? I've sent you the address. I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. Good day.
Wait, that was you?
What? I like the drama. Anywho,
The level design is simplistic, mostly moving left to right or right to left in the house. While it's not overly challenging, it doesn't offer much in the way of creativity or engagement. They also included basement levels with bizarre boss fights against creatures like spiders and ghosts, which feel really out of place.
This kind of feels like the people behind this team just got the prompt of kid is home alone in a rich house and robbers try to break in and steal stuff, and that's what they went with. It doesn't even feel like they watched the film, which came out a full year before this. Did this really need an entire year of development?
I don't think so.
Sounds like they tried to capitalize on the Home Alone name, but kind of misunderstood what made the movie so special in the first place.
exactly, Tyson. Sometimes in trying to recreate magic, one can lose sight of what made the original so beloved. But remember, the spirit of Christmas isn't about perfection. It's about finding joy and meaning even in the most unlikely of places. Speaking of which...
Guess I'm just following you now.
Notice, Tyson, how the mirth of last Christmas has lingered in the hearts of your friends and family.
So how do you know Tyson?
His small friend is dating my daughter.
Yeah, I guess I'm a bit of a matchmaker, aren't I?
My grandson TJ just had a baby. His name is Rory. He's so cute.
They do seem to be having a good time. But if they had such a great time with me last year, why wouldn't they want to spend time with me this year?
Oh, Tyson, it's not that they don't want to spend time with you. Remember, everyone has their own paths and commitments. It's not an indication of their feelings toward you.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that. It's just, it stings a little bit, you know? It's like, I'm here, but I'm not really here.
I understand. I think it's time for us to go to our next stop.
Tyson's gonna sing a song.
And now's a better time than ever, so we can skip that song that went on for way too long.
Well, that was fun. Can I go back to being a person now?
Why? So you can continue your perfect Christmas out of spite?
It was going really well.
Really? Do you really think I'd be here if it was going well? Tyson, it's time we address the elephant in the room.
Hey, I got free shipping and my order was over $75, and I was gonna take advantage of that. And speaking of which, I saw this really nice necklace that I think would really bring out the blue in your everywhere. So I was thinking, I have the magazine, maybe I can mail it to you and then possibly... What was that? I'm not sure if the entirety of the underworld heard you there.
Oh, please. They have a different time zone. They're sleeping.
And you shouldn't wake them.
Stop with the lollygagging, Tyson. And yes, I already know about what happened with Mackenzie.
Now, hold up, wait a second.
Tyson, focus!
Okay. Look, Christmas is my second favorite time of the year. And after last year's, I just felt so loved and appreciated. Like, people cared enough to want to spend their holidays with me. And now, this year, I feel so alone. Like, I'm not even at my actual house, I'm here. And I'm just alone. And now I'm sitting here talking to a British dude who could evaporate me just if I looked at him funny.
I'm sorry, I stopped listening after British dude. But seriously, I get it. You're feeling left out. But moping around isn't going to change anything. Christmas isn't just about you feeling loved. It's about respecting, understanding, and caring about others too.
But I thought Christmas was about being together.
It is, but together doesn't always mean physically. With all due respect, Tyson, I think it's time you stop feeling sorry for yourself. You've been so focused on being alone lately that I think it's driving you a little stir-crazy. Your friends always go along with what you're doing. Have you ever considered maybe they have other friends?
Oh my god. You're right.
I can't believe how selfish I've been. I've for just trying so hard. And maybe that's it. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe they'd be better off without me. Wait a sec. I think you're getting the wrong idea. Hey, let me show you something. A book? Oh, not just any book.
Whoa! Where are we? Some kind of 80s music video with a drawn aesthetic? No. Who do you take me for?
Someone who needs to get to the point.
Aha! I'm going to show you what the world would be like if you've never met your friends.
Why are you in anime?
Because I'm awesome!
Okay, and why am I this little circular dude?
I had to draw a lot of these, so I kinda gave up on a few of them. This is Jacob.
Sheesh, he looks slimmer than usual.
Do not judge my artistic abilities! Remember when Jacob accidentally called your number thinking it was Olivia and you became friends? Yeah? Well, without you, that never happens. Jacob stays isolated, buried in his books. He's happy, but he's missing out on the adventures and the friendships you gave him. Wow.
Here, this is a great read. Enjoy.
Well, he's still kind to others.
But kindness isn't the problem. Without you, he lacks the confidence to step outside his comfort zone.
Hey, bookworm, you find anything interesting?
Just some books. I was about to leave.
What's this?
Hey!
How to make friends?
Give that back!
Looks like you need this.
No, this can't be happening. Now, unfortunately, there's more.
What's the matter? You can't handle a joke, library boy?
Angel? What? Why is he such a jerk? And hot? Without you, people take different paths. You brought out the best in them, but in this world, they're lost to each other. Wow. Let's check on Aiden. Aiden looks so lost. Without meeting you and being introduced to Angel, Aiden's life took a quieter turn. He missed out on the adventures and mishaps that shaped you all.
Maybe tomorrow I'll join in.
He's always waiting for tomorrow. Aiden needed someone to show him it was okay to put yourself out there. You gave him that courage. Those adventures we went on, they weren't just fun, they made us who we are. Melman Murphy looked forward to your holiday cheer. Ken and Lynn, with no family nearby, felt like they had one when you were around. Even the town came alive with your spirit. You didn't just enjoy the season, you gave it meaning for everyone around you.
Wow, I had absolutely no idea.
It's a common mistake to overlook your own impact, but without you, the citizens of Kirkville feel a little lost. Sort of like the next Christmas game we're going to be talking about, Mission in Snowdrift Land. But first, let's get out of here. I think you understand.
It's a fascinating story, really.
The game initially appeared in 2006 as a unique advent calendar that revealed a new level each day leading up to Christmas. It was quite innovative for its time. However, after its initial run, the game was taken offline in 2007. It briefly resurfaced in 2010, but then vanished again, much to the dismay of its fans. For years, it became something of a lost gem. But then something interesting happened. On December 21st, 2018, the entire sprite sheet of the game was uploaded online. It sparked renewed interest in Mission in Snowdrift Land.
Wait, so the game wasn't lost forever?
Not at all. In fact, a YouTuber named Nick Robinson played a pivotal role in its revival. He uploaded a video on December 24th, 2020, detailing his search for the game. It was a real detective story, involving the discontinuation of Flash and the efforts to preserve these digital artifacts.
That's pretty cool. So he found it?
Indeed he did. The game was archived on Blue Maxima's Flashpoint, a program dedicated to preserving Flash games. It was a relief to many that Mission in Snowdrift Land wouldn't be lost to the digital ether.
That's awesome.
It was, and even better, the game was remastered by the studio Extra Toxic and released on Steam in winter of 2021. It was updated to run in full screen at 60 frames per second, without the original Nintendo content, due to legal reasons, which I know you know lots about. In the game, you play as a snowman named Chubby, and that's just his name, not an insult. The game is divided into 4 areas, each representing a different aspect of this icy world. There's floating chunks of ice, a forest, an iceberg, and finally, El Pix's lair. Each area has 6 stages, with the stages corresponding to the days in December until Christmas Eve. The level design is quite intentional and doesn't feel random. It's simple but effective, much like classic 16-bit platformers. That's cool, but the movement is a little imprecise. Well, the controls are basic, which adds to its charm, but they can feel a bit slippery. It's a nice game after all. There are a lot of slopes, but not many places to gain speed, sort of like having Sonic-style acceleration.
Man, this game really could have benefited from a run button. The controls are a little slidey.
They are, but that's part of the fun. And also, there's this aspect I haven't mentioned about collecting snowflakes in each level, kind of like the star coins in the new Super Mario Bros. Series.
That sounds like a pretty neat way to keep the players engaged.
Absolutely. And the background of the game is 2D illustrated, while the characters are in pixel art, making it very easy to distinguish between what you can and cannot interact with.
That's actually a surprisingly creative idea. Man, this game really shouldn't have gone lost. It's pretty harmless, all things considered.
Indeed, Tyson. Now for the last stop of our Christmas journey, let's discuss elf bowling.
Oh, elf bowling. I know what that is. It's like some shovelware on the DS, right? Probably just a holiday cash grab.
Alright, Tyson. Go on. Tell me what you know about it.
Well, I haven't actually, played it yet, but it's probably just, elves and bowling, right? Doesn't sound like anything too exciting, you know? Just, knocking some pins with a fun Christmas twist.
Sure, let's go with that.
Alright, let's see here. We got Elf Bowling 1 and 2? Now that's a package deal. There's a version for PC, DS, and today we're discussing the GBA version. Wait, hold up. Why are a few of the elves on the select screen in Speedos? And what are they saying? Elf baby? Anyway, there are 2 selections, Elf Bowling and Elf's Paradise. Let's take a look at the first one. You play as Santa Claus and you hit elves. The art style isn't bad for the DS, but it's not amazing. I'd like to imagine this is the punishment for elves who make bad toys. They get put into a bowling alley as the pins, and when you hit them, they bleed. Huh, that's a little mature. Anyway, there's a line of small triangles to line up your shot, but it's tricky because you can get right on center and still not get a strike. See, when you get 2 of the red triangles highlighted in red, it guarantees you a strike, but you gotta aim a little off center. Then the elves start smacking their butts. Wait, what?
I'm just gonna let you finish.
In the next level, they're holding up signs that say Santa sucks, and then Santa laughs when he hits them. But it's not like a friendly Santa laugh, it's more like a bizarre, creepy chuckle. One of the elves' heads got stuck in the machine that places them on the alley, and then he got decapitated.
That sounds awfully graphic for a Christmas game.
The sound effects are just really compressed, and it sounds like, well, people pooping.
That's a rather unconventional approach.
And there's also no music, which makes your gameplay experience just really awkward. What rating is this game? Rated teen. That explains the Speedo elves.
Maybe it's time to try the other one.
Okay, now Elves in Paradise, Elf Bowling 2. We're on a beach and Santa in a Speedo comes out of the floor holding a round 1 sign, then turns around and then what the flip? His Speedo falls down, revealing his cheeksicles. Yeah, we have to play shuffleboard with bare butt Santa. And why shuffleboard? Why is Elf Bowling 2 the subtitle if it's just shuffleboard? Are they trying to go all Yoshi's Island on us? Because at least there, it was still the same gameplay. Super Mario World 2 wasn't just suddenly a gotcha RPG. Anyway, you play against a computer player named Dingle, who's a blue Santa, and then you compete in a regular old game of shuffleboard. If you shoot too hard, your Santa ends up in the mouth of a shark. After you've both shot, they tally the points for however far your Booty Bear Santa got and decide the winner. I would actually argue this game is more enjoyable than Elf Bowling 1. However, it does not explain the controls nor gameplay well. At first, I actually thought it was curling, honestly. Man, the Easter eggs in this game are something else. One of the elves holds up a sign that says, lower urinals, higher wages, and at one point, an Easter Island head comes and crushes the blue Santa. But I guess they aren't too bad.
Hey, Kringle. I've got crab.
Okay, that's it. I know exactly who made this game. Who? British people.
Tyson found out! Quick! Liquidate the company!
Where did you go?
Nowhere.
Okay. Apparently the company went defunct. Pretty recently, actually.
I wonder how that happened.
Well, that certainly was not the game I expected it to be.
Well, lots of things aren't what they expect, including situations with friends.
Really? That was your best segue?
I needed a connection, you needed a video game. I want to hear no complaints about it. It is not easy to find Christmas games, you know.
Well, actually, there have been a handful of Christmas Easter eggs in existing video games.
I didn't really want your input, this was kind of my segment, but alright.
In Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Captain Price is dressed as Santa, piloting a sleigh across the sky. Then, there's The Sims, where Santa shows up in your house if you set the scene right with cookies and a fireplace. There's The Simpsons Hit and Run. If you play it on Christmas Day, you'll see Homer in a Santa costume passed out on the sofa. Even the minigames in Donkey Kong Country 3 get a Christmas makeover with a special code.
It seems that many games enjoy sprinkling a bit of Christmas magic in their worlds.
Totally. And don't even get me started on Hitman. In the Holiday Hoarders mission, you're taking out thieves inspired by the Home Alone movies. And what's better? It's actually in a good video game.
It appears Christmas can be woven into even the most unlikely of games.
Don't forget Santa Mario and Mario Kart Tour.
Your wallet certainly doesn't.
And that's the magic of these Easter eggs, Ghost. They sprinkle a little bit of Christmas joy into the gaming world. Kinda like the Christmas joy I should be spreading in the real world.
Indeed, Tyson. It's all about bringing cheer and happiness, isn't it? Just like how your friends find joy in your presence, both in person and in spirit.
I thought you said that was offensive.
Context, my boy. Context.
Ghost, I get it now. I was so caught up in my own feelings, I didn't even realize how selfish I was being. Christmas isn't about having everyone around me physically, it's about knowing they're with me. Here.
You've finally gotten it, Tyson.
Thanks, Ghost. I've really learned a lot. Thanks for opening up my eyes a little bit. You know, whenever I need you, you're somehow always there. Like, every time.
And right now it's time for you to be you again. No more ghosting around.
I'm back! I'm back to being 5'9" again!
You're 5'7" and we both know it.
Regardless, I'm me again.
Just in time to spread some real Christmas cheer. I know you'll do great. And just remember, it's not the size of the celebration, it's the size of the heart in it. Merry Christmas, Tyson.
They remembered. They all did.
I'm not alone. I never was.
Well, I've been your host, Lil T, and have a very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas!
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a copy of New Soup Wheat. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 paint cans and a copy of New Soup Wheat. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 3 short people, 2 paint cans, and a copy of New Soup Weed. And the song is kind of long, let's just skip to the end. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 Yoshi eggs, 11 game systems, 10 misuse renders, 9 dry bones dancing, 8 haunting nightmares, 7 angry comments, 6 o'clock premieres, 5 packages through, 4 multiplayers, 3 short people, 2 paint cans, and a copy of New Soup Weed.
So, what'd you think?
You're a little pitchy. I don't like it.